the government does not respect the courts, and a government that does not respect the ruling of the courts is a government that really is close to being illegitimate. It is not an issue of whether teachers deserve the pay rise or not. The courts have already pronounced themselves on that matter. And it is an issue of implementation. And unfortunately, we cannot hear anything positive coming out of the government. Yesterday, I think Rotich was talking of about 4 scenarios, and it sounds like the scenario that they favor is one they are calling status quo, which means ignore the courts. And ignore.
Yes, it actually said the other 3 are not.
Yes. What kind of government, what kind of executive takes a decision that they will ignore a court ruling? Surely, the next 2 years before the next election are definitely going to be very difficult for citizens of this country. Remember, the teachers had asked for a between 100 and 150% pay rise.
Actually, they say from 300% came to 150.
Yes.
Now it's 100%.
It is the TSC and SRC that proposed the 50 to 60% pay rise. They are the ones who proposed it. And the industrial court just affirmed that. The last time teachers got a negotiated pay rise was 1997. Hassan Omar Hassan was the chairman of MUSO in 1997. That is about 18 years ago. That is the last time teachers got a negotiated salary rise.
My reason for expulsion from university was essentially the 1998 teachers' strike. That because at that time our university was essentially an education campus. So that the students went on strike because it was a predominantly education campus, supporting the cause of the teachers in October of that year to get paid. And at that point, then I remember Bongo, the later Bongo, ended the strike through a negotiated settlement. In fact, when I was kicked out, I must say that the TSC, the KNUT, was extremely kind to me. They were the ones who facilitated part of my court processes and a few other things, because they knew the cause that we had stood for.
Okay.
Down the line, I'm a senator. The teachers are still in court.
Still having that right.
And that is the last favor they got in a negotiated manner. In between 1997 and to date, there have been some arbitrary increments in the name of harmonization. The industrial court said it very clearly. The government annually budgets for a 4% rise in civil service pay to cater for inflation.
Okay.
If you take 18 times 4, just simple mathematics, it will tell you that the teachers deserve a 64%, even if you don't compound it. We want the government to respect other independent arms, to respect the court ruling, and pay teachers. It might not be feasible to pay by a midnight. But remember, the industrial court had given the government enough time. I think it should have been paid by 1st July. And the government decided to go round and round and went up to the Supreme Court, where they were thrown out. What the government should tell the teachers is that this is a payment plan. It should not start confusing teachers with several options which result in disobedience of a court.